from. Who is the first one to say?
I play Aisha, and she's sort of like this lethal weapon that you don't really know what she's thinking or what she's concocting, and that is what keeps you at the edge of your seat as the story unfolds and the losers begin to work with her, because you don't know if at any moment she's going to betray them because she's part of the bad guys, or she's actually genuinely seeking to help them while getting what she's after. And the twists are really awesome. I think for every character that you do, there's a time of research and deconstruction and rebuilding of what you're trying to do, because we're telling it's a person, you know. I really see them as characters that could very well could exist, and therefore she needs her story, she needs her purposes that drive her, and so there was a lot of mental training, and I've never played somebody so lethal, where you just don't know what she's thinking, and that was intriguing to me. And then too, the physical training of it, which is a very different form of what I did for Avatar. You know, she's like a fighter. She could be a boxer. She deals with knives and guns and everything. So there were tons of gun training, which was pretty awesome.
Either one of you pretty bad?
So Cougar is the silent guy, you know, the quiet guy. He's always in the backside, keeping for their backs, for the team back, and he doesn't speak because he doesn't need it. He has a trauma, and he doesn't like to speak, and it's more difficult because I had to speak with my eyes, not with my mouth, so it was difficult. But the character is a sad guy, a blue guy, you know, he's always in the corner, doesn't speak. But in this cast, it was a very action cast. I was impressed when I met Zoe, or when I met Chris or Jeffrey, and they impressed me. And they are very good actors, and it was amazing. Work with him, I work with them, and they are so funny as well. So it was amazing.
Franklin Clay, the leader of this kind of special ops group that called themselves the Losers. Badass of a human being, and kind of his best friends, his family, is this group of guys. He loves them as much as he can love anybody, and he wears a black suit all the time, and he shoots people and punches them. You know, the whole movie was a blast. We had fun with everything. I was just talking about one of my favorite scenes was the big fight scene I had with Zoe here. Anything with all of us together, there was kind of so much laughing and riffing and kind of playing off each other that it was kind of hard not to have fun. And just when I thought it couldn't get any better, the next day we'd do something stupider and more fun and laugh more. There was a lot of joking around, and yet, you know, when I've seen the movie, the rough cuts of it, man, it looks like we know what we're doing, and Simone did a great job putting it all together. But to say I have a favorite scene, I don't know, man. The whole movie plays pretty well. It all looked pretty good to me. You know, I love this world, and I'm really glad to have my foot in the door of this world. And you know, I think that comic books and graphic novels are so hot right now because they're largely untapped, and that seems hard to believe because there's so many of these movies coming out, but there's so much stuff yet. Like Losers, not a lot of people know about Losers, and hopefully because of this movie now, people are going to go out and find that graphic novel, and there's a lot of examples like that, and so we'll see. But I love this world. I start a movie next week with Sam Worthington that's not in the graphic novel world, based on a true story actually. So I do other things, but you know, this kind of movie is built for this kind of audience, and more. This is really a throwback to those kind of 80s movies that I grew up watching and loving, like Lethal Weapons and the Die Hards. There's a buddy aspect and a sense of humor to this big action explosion stuff that they don't really make anymore. It's kind of fun to find that groove again, and I think that's what this movie is. It's Joel Silver's comeback, I think, into that world that he started really.